Good day, everybody. This is the Infinite community coming to you from our exclusive members community session today. We're here with Team LAMA. Look at that amazing t-shirt in the background. They are part of our first graduating cohort in our accelerator. Look at that. Oh my gosh, mindset is everything. And certainly in our early content, we always talk about mindset. And I don't know about you, Suman, but I think this team is taking it to the extreme. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. And, like Team Llama, and, we'll definitely be talking about them, how the Team Llama formed, right? Because I know like these were individuals, they knew each other, but how, with the Infinite Multifamily Accelerator, they took the steps. But, great to see you guys here. And, really the mindset is everything. You nailed it.
So I don't
So
know. Maybe we should just ask them. So,
yeah, yeah. So, going back to you guys, right, Team Llama, do you want to just say how Team Llama came into the formation? Because I'm sure, earlier you guys were doing real estate. So, Lishan, how Team Llama came into perspective.
And that was the first time we met around March on one of the REI meetups. Miriam joined 2 years prior to that. And we started attending REI meetups frequently. They were monthly meetups. Initially, it was just me, and then eventually I4, and Miriam joined the Brampton REI meetup, where Suman and Jason, you were part of as well. And then afterwards, we learned about the Infinite Circle Mentorship Program. And we did not actually know that we were all a part of that, that we all joined. And so we met in the first meeting. And I remember that week one was about mindset. And maybe around week 2 or 3 that we decided to have a Zoom call together. And then we said, we started connecting and said, do you feel stuck? I am stuck. Miriam was stuck. Aitor was stuck. Ifer was stuck. We seem to have like the same goals of like looking for our REI first purchase of a multifamily, but we didn't know what to do. So we thought that we would join forces. Our connection was strong because of our Filipino background. And we became actually quite close during our meetups. We would check in on each other, and that's how Team Llama started, with that first Zoom call that we made on the third week of joining Infinite Circle Real Estate Mentorship.
it's great. No, thank you so much. I just want to say something quick. I think for us, I mean, Sue and I, we have a portfolio in New Brunswick where we have toasty log breakfast every time we go because we have a Filipino restaurant. We have a breakfast.
Yummy.
And, they are our tenant. So, we really get into that community too. And I was going to just say, when I heard Suman, when I heard llama the first time,
Yeah.
I think it's just like the animal. Like, I was just like, okay, like, it's a nice mascot, right? Llama.
Yeah, right. And the best part is, Lishan, you touched on a very great point. So Miriam, I would like to ask you this, like Lishan mentioned about a mindset shift, like, you guys knew each other, but never thought of combining forces and, becoming stronger together. What was some of the mindset shifts that you had personally and, you all as a team? Like, what were some of the mindset shifts that you had?
Well, we were like, I'm passionate about real estate, and what motivated me is like, okay, how can we get rich? How can we retire early? How can we support our family and also be able to retire early and have enough money to support our lifestyle, and also help our have some money to help our community? Because I know we talk about it, all four of us talk about giving back to the community. Like Lishan, she does, she's part of a big church, and Aitor and I for also is very religious. It's their mom are very religious, and they go to church every Sunday and they give back. And I know we talk about kiting also. So I said, if we have enough money, we can help our community and
Hmm.
help our family.
Absolutely.
And that's why I said, okay, let's do this and let's build wealth. That's what we.
Absolutely. And so I thought like you and I4 have been doing, I believe, fix and flips. I think that was your main niche. So how do you feel some of the commonalities which you feel, because every skill set is transferable, right? So what are the some of your skills which are transferable from your fix and flip projects, and what are the additional skills that you feel you have learned or acquired in the multifamily space? Because that's a different beast which
Mhm.
we help you guys team in the Infinite community. So if you can talk about the
Mhm.
similarities and differences.
Right. So, me and my brother, when we started doing real estate, we started with single family homes, and so we've gone through the process of acquiring the property, doing some renovation, and so I think one of the key things that when we joined your mentorship, it was just two of us first, and it was there were times when we struggled sometimes, and when we had the opportunity to meet Lishan and Miriam, when we joined forces, and then it's a lot more easier. It's more relaxed, and we've allowed us to pick some other our partner's brain and join forces, right? So, and when that process starts, and especially when we do some the analysis side, so like I4 is very good in the setting up the matrix, and then Lishan is very active also in she's very fast, she's very quick, and she's very active, and so we all those key positive traits that we join forces, it allows us to scale faster and move
Hmm.
faster. So those are the key things I think that really help us when we joined as a joint partners.
Nice.
Can we hear
Jason,
from?
anything from your side
Well, maybe
which you want to?
we haven't heard from I4 though. That's maybe what.
Yes, I for your thoughts on the entire transition, and
Mhm.
then we'll talk about one of your strength areas, because that was mind blowing. We'll talk very shortly.
Everyone is
But
so in love with I4 right now.
yes, so I for why don't you tell in Team Lama, I believe while you guys are collaborating and you are covering each other, but what is your main role in the Team Lama side? And we would love to learn from you.
Yes. So my goal, what I really like is doing some, analysis. I
Right.
really like numbers, so that's one of my, you know, I think positive trait is doing some numbers analysis and also doing some designing logos and doing some graphics.
Over the screen
So,
now. Right?
yeah.
Yes, and I think we can see it in everyone's background, right? Like Team Lama, you have got good branding. So one of the things with Jason and I we talk a lot is, we are all looking, like, people have to know us. They need to get value from us. They need to like and know you and trust you, right? Which
Right.
helps in your capital raising as well. Right.
And it's really very helpful, especially when we started attending your session. We all of the things that we haven't learned before, so everything
Right.
just you
And
guys are
one
really
good
really
thing
amazing.
One good thing I liked about you guys, Team Lama, is exactly like, every week we had like session and there were some key takeaways or action items, right? So few things with Jason and I, we appreciate what you did was, taking actions. Like, Jason taught me one thing is, progress over perfection. We are in real estate, if you see people, those who are successful, or at least not, I would say, like those who are moving forward are the ones who are taking action and progressing. You can never be perfect and take step one.
Mhm.
So what we really liked about you guys, I've learned one thing from Jason, is good enough and progress over perfection. And as you guys rightly said, you guys were finding things on your own. you were stuck in your own mental stuff. Like Jason helps me a lot. Like he can vouch for me. Whenever we get stuck, so you need people around. You need to be in the right community. And I think one good thing I really liked is you guys were taking steps forward. So moving forward. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And I think everyone is doing fantastic. I had actually just a couple of questions around maybe each and every one of you can share now that you've gone through our initial Infinite Accelerator. It was our first class. We wanted to thank you guys for, of course, having the faith in the program. And if you were to choose one topic, one discussion, one experience from our accelerator today, what would your top favorite be? I guess we'll go in order again. We'll go Lishan. So Lishan, of the 8 weeks, is there one experience or topic or discussion you enjoyed the most?
I would pick the mindset one. I think that was the biggest thing that really resonated with me. It's not the first time that I've heard of mindset, but since the time that I've joined, I've always been scared of things, and I wanted to move forward, but I just couldn't. And the good thing there that happened is not only hearing from you guys about that topic specifically, but after we met each other in that Zoom call, we just talked about shifting our mindset and say, we can do this. Like, let's just take action. Like, let's go big. Let's not even look at small multifamily. Let's just go big right away. And it was very interesting that when we started to think about that and shifted our mindset, everything just sort of like aligned. I mean, I was scared to do it. I mean, I wasn't experienced. I'm new to real estate, and the three of them have had single families previously, and so there was that limiting belief there. And so I think just shifting my mindset was really the biggest thing there that I think that I really enjoyed in the program.
Awesome.
Great.
And I4, you want to go next because we'll go like LA, and I don't know whether it's Aitor who takes the first A or not, but let me
Either of
guess.
us can do it.
Who's the second A? I don't know who.
Yes, that's a good question, Jason. Who's the
that's a
second A?
Alphabetical, probably.
That's not fair for
Aitor,
I4.
Aitor.
So
It's
I4,
actually
I think.
Aitor.
Aitor.
Okay, let's give it to I4 then. So I4, what was your,
Okay.
I would say, top 3 learnings? You have been in real estate for a while now. What were your 3 takeaways, which probably you would like to share with the audience, which may even help them, right? Because I'm sure everyone is going through what you guys have gone through.
Yeah. I think number one I learned is connection. It's really very important when you connect to like-minded people.
Right.
So that's when you learn more things about real estate, right? So anything that you haven't experienced before, most of the people when you connect, they experienced those already. So you will learn from it. And another thing is mentorship. So in order for you to scale up, you need to get someone who's been very successful on this field, like real estate, for example. So because if you do it on your own, it will be very slow for you. So, but if you get some mentorship, if you get some help from people who've been who are really successful in this field, it will like 10 times more faster than if you're gonna do it by yourself. Right. So I think those are the 2 most important. And then maybe the third one is like do some joint venture, because doing some joint venture it will lessen the stress. It will make your life easier, less stress, and it's more, you will enjoy more the journey of real estate when you have more than like 4 of you in the team. It will be more fun. So I think those are the 3 top very important things that I learned in real estate. That's really very important to succeed.
And thank you for that. I was going to say that I myself went through that similar journey too. I was I hate to say it, a lone wolf just trying to do everything myself. And it wasn't fun actually after a while. I think that
Sure.
enjoyment piece, guys, and we're all real estate investors here, is so key. And it just got tougher and tougher as you keep doing things for yourself. But it's a journey, like like a lot of things in life. The journey itself and who you
Yeah.
travel with on that road on your journey is sometimes more exciting and important than the actual end goal, right? Like who you're with.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
And these are
Sure.
great points. I would say, like, especially 2 points I wanted to touch and elaborate out of the 3 points you mentioned. One is the mentorship, right? Because it really speeds up the process. Number one, because
Mhm.
you don't have to want to reinvent the wheel, right? That's number one. Like, I have invested, Jason as well. Like, I especially know I have invested a lot, and I know how, like, it helps you, right? Because real estate, that, like, one of the week 7 we covered about all the mistakes that Jason and I have done, right? Like in renovation, tenant management. That session itself was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, imagine if you don't go through that, you are going to make one of those mistakes, right? So if you can minimize those, so that's where I see the value, and even I have my goals to invest even further, right? Because there is no stopping. You continuously need to grow. And the second thing you mentioned about collaboration, right? Because yes, it's a long journey when you're doing multifamily, right? These are long things, right? So, like, if you are not interacting, like, imagine you guys working with each other, team Lama. I'm sure you are having fun. It's like an extended family for you guys now, right? You have that sentimental things, and you start caring for each other, and it helps in mitigating your risk, because not one of us will know everything, right? So once you are trained for how do you buy on your own, how do you buy through joint ventures, and how do you go for even the apartment syndication, which we cover in the advanced years, it helps you buying opportunities even further. So really liked what you share, I for thanks for sharing those.
You're
Going
welcome.
to M of Team Lama, Miriam, like, what were your takeaways, or what were some of the learnings, like, from the week 1 to 8? What are some of the things that you learned, or maybe, oh, I did not know this before, but I learned it.
I actually enjoyed the deal analysis, especially when we did a mock-up deal analysis. It was really, I mean, you get to see the competitive side of everybody. It was so much fun, and also
Leisha,
using social.
Leisha Noir.
Sorry,
You mean Leisha? You're talking about Leisha.
Lishan, I know. Team
Yeah.
Lishan won. And
Yeah.
also the using social media
Right.
for your advantage in REI. So especially me, because I'm not very vocal about REI, because I was so shy. I'm so shy. I'm still now.
Right.
And also I'm afraid that my family will say something about me going into real estate. I fear of that. And also
Right.
my friends, my boss, my coworkers, I was afraid.
Right.
So, like, for you to encourage us to use social media as an outlet, and it was, it really changed my mind, and
Right.
hopefully I can continue to do this.
No, absolutely. And talking about social media, right? So
Yeah.
that's an important piece, and everyone's situation is different, right? Of course, we are not saying your situation, but if you know how to leverage, we talk about different steps that we cover. How do you build a brand, social media, and then there are certain don'ts as well. Like, I see a lot of people, like, publicly spamming people with a lot of capital raising stuff, which are not in the rules. So you need to know different rules and regulations, which we talk about as well, right? So yes, social media is an important. Like, me personally, I remember Jason. And I met, and he scanned me, and he was like, "Okay, let's get a deal doing." Had I not been there,
Mhm.
Jason wouldn't have able to analyze what I'm doing, right? And everyone has different, like, one of my investors was seeing me for 1 year on social media, and then he decided to invest. There were a few people who saw me online. So everyone has different point of doing business with you, or they may not even do. But the main importance is, had I not added value had I not talked about my project, or had I not shown people with whom I'm connected, whom I'm circling, they would have never come to know about me, right? So you need to give opportunity to people to know about you, and then they decide. It's again their choice whether they want to do business with you or what. But if they don't know about you, how can they do business with you, right? So we always stress about in-person networking, and also supplementing it with the digital presence too, based on your comfort level. So great points, Miriam.
And
And
add one
yeah,
more thing, piece too,
yeah,
is
sure.
as part of our program, we have, the social media piece. Thanks, Miriam, for sharing that. But I felt that, as we evolve as a community, and you guys being part of the first cohort, we want to provide experiences that help you, when you first ride a bike, you need to try on the training wheels. So when you talk about the mock deal competition or just the deals, and it's sort of like feeling like you're on a team and trying it out
Yeah,
and underwriting for the first time. Some folks are afraid to do it on their own in a real deal. It's a real deal with real money, right? Where here we're trying to create a scenario where there's no real risk, right? It's you just practicing. So just trying to treat training wheels, and thank you for sharing that, because I found that practice makes perfect, and and almost in everything in life you usually just have to practice. Although I don't know, Suman, sometimes I feel he's like just naturally good at networking and naturally good at social media. He doesn't have to practice, but I think in most people in life, I think we want to provide that. And thank you for that feedback in this community.
and I think, yes, Miriam, you actually nailed it, because that deal competition, which I think that Jason had that really innovative idea, that was liked by majority of the people, right, out of all the weeks. And it gives people practice, like when you are playing with real money, like you just want to get some mock practice before, so that it warms you up for the real transactions. And that is a very important thing, which we plan to do more often. So those are the things. And what about you, Aitor? What were your main things you want to share?
Yeah, so one of the main thing that I learned is especially on the finding funds to for the deal. So I learned a lot from, especially Jason mentioned about getting some creative ways to do it. Like, we didn't realize that you can actually get money from credit unions to finding foreclosure homes. So those are the key things that we would have never known if that wasn't discussed. A practical things that Jason have encountered or Suman have encountered, that they've learned creative ways to find funding. So that's really helped, right? Because those are the key things that all of this won't happen without the fund. So those are
Right.
one thing that we've learned, and as well as the one of the key benefits that joining this mentorship was the availability of Suman and Jason, right? So you're always there for us. You're giving us practical reason, and after even the class, you're there to answer questions. So I think those are really key and helpful ways to make your mentorship successful, especially for us that's learning. Because yes, you can present, but there will always be questions at the back of our mind, and it gives it a lot easier for us to get those clarified, because you're always there, and it makes it more learning experience more fun and easy. So
Right.
I think those are the key things that I've learned.
And I think that's where Jason and I gel up, right? And that, because accessibility, you actually said it, right? Because people will have questions, and like these are transactions worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, imagine if you have to make a decision about some real estate deal, whether to go get it under contract or not, because many people are looking at that deal, right? If you don't have that accessibility, uh, it you might lose that deal, right? Like, so that speed is the key. I've learned this from my other high net worth people as well, that one of the reasons of them was speed is the key. So, if you can be sitting on the bridge or on the edge for a long time, or else, get inside with Jason's philosophy of good enough and progress over perfection, and, keep moving forward, right? And one of the things we differentiate, or we like to differentiate, or is Jason and I, we like to keep ourselves accessible. Not that we are sacrificing our own family time, but if we are serious about you guys, we feel you guys deserve that kind of service, right? So balancing is there, but I think if you guys are important for us, which you definitely are, and other Infinite members, we need to be accessible, or we need to have some people who can solve your problems. The end goal is your problem has to be solved, or you get that resolution. So yes, accessibility is another key which we feel, because even Jason and I, we expect, right? Like imagine the frustration where, let's say, we are looking for some burning answer and we don't hear it for weeks and weeks. How would we feel, right? So we just try to offer people what we want from the other person, right? So that's how we do.
And I was gonna say, yeah, absolutely 100% agree. But I always use a quote now: "A rising tide raises all boats." Right. So we're here to help support, be available. But as you guys progress, I mean, it gives us energy as well because we are so passionate about real estate investing, especially with joint ventures and working together. That speaking to a brand new joint venture like you guys is super exciting for us. Um, I was going to also say that also for you guys actually taking action, you're actually getting deals, going through the whole deal analysis, good enough, right? And actually showing us and sharing that with us, it's been very exciting as well. I'm so glad for you to show us. We're talking not small multis here. We're talking like multi-million dollars deal, which is pretty impressive, guys. And I want to say that kudos to you guys for pursuing it. But how do you feel now as a group, pursuing these multi-million dollar opportunities versus say, let's say if you just stumbled upon it by yourself? I mean, any one of you, do you want to give some feedback?
Maybe Lishan, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you are L.
Ella doesn't have to go in front of Suman, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I go back to the time when you asked us to write our goals, and I always go back to that time and look at what goals I've set during that first week. And I never in my mind would have imagined that I would be looking at 10 plus units. So my goal was just a duplex or a triplex to a fourplex. That was it. And when we had this joint venture, I think I can't remember if it was Aitor or Ifor who said, like, let's just go with the big ones and let's give it a shot. Like, we won't lose anything. And when we actually got two under contract, it was unbelievable feeling. It doesn't matter if we close in this deal, but the fact that we got it under contract seems unbelievable. And I still to this day can't believe that we've done it.
Right.
Yeah, and what I added as well. So if it was just me or my brother, it would have been very scary. But
Yes.
with Lishan there, with Miriam there, I4 there, it gives us more confidence that we can do this. There's four of us, and
Yes.
we've learned a lot. Let's implement. We've already had this coaching. Let's just go for it. So
Right.
it gives us that boost, right, to go for it.
And I was going to say, just go for it. And you're talking about your peers in
Big
such
step.
a positive way. Aitor and of course I4 as well. It's exciting because you guys have done deals in Ontario, right? Before
Right.
Miriam, of course, but not of this scale, right?
Exactly.
But
Right.
you can share the ups and downs, and a problem is still the same type of problem in real estate. And if you can divide by 4,
It just helps, right?
Yeah.
And now think, and it's not important. Like, yes, of course, closing is important, but now what is happening is you're constantly pushing your limits. You are expanding your mindset, you are expanding. So now what is happening is what was scary for you, now suddenly is becoming normal. Like I'll go back to my first deal. Like I had to collect $60,000. Okay, just like $60,000. I had nightmares literally. Like I used to wake up at 3 a.m. and Sukanya can vouch for it. I used to wake up at night out of stress. Today, I'm still stressed out. Don't, but the amount has changed to 500K capital raising, 900,000, $1 million, of course, with the team, right? But I'm just telling, like, now what was scaring you, it's becoming normal. And people sometimes say, oh, we haven't closed, that means we are a failure. No, you're not. Like, even when you are putting under contract, what is happening is you're keep hitting your goal forward, and you're extracting the lessons from there, because wherever you go, right, you are either winning or you are learning, right? So what is happening, everything that you are putting under contract, like I know you guys put a 24 unit under contract. Now you have another 20 plus unit under contract, which you were not doing before. So a lot of shifts are happening within you guys. You
Mhm.
guys are combining together, so mentally you're feeling stronger because of the right community. You are also getting that support, and naturally you have access to Jason and us, right, where you can have these questions. So what is happening is you are expanding your mindset, you are expanding your comfort level, and what was scary for you now suddenly is becoming comfortable, right? So
Yeah,
that's how, had you been sitting on the edge alone, you would have just, and which majority of the people sadly are doing is they just keep talking to themselves, or having those mindset block, but they're not talking out, or even pushing them forward, right?
right.
So when you are bringing these under contract, you are pushing your limit, and eventually what will happen, one deal will come. Of course, due diligence is important, but once the due diligence is done and you close it, it gives you a satisfaction. And then, like Jason and I keep telling Jason, this is the last deal I'm doing. And then suddenly, because of his network, he keeps
I
bringing the deal.
he gets too nervous. I keep telling him, don't worry, and but
So
yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry. That's what I was saying. Like, Jason now is there. So similarly, you guys have Team Llama, because you need these partners who will keep pushing you forward in the right direction and helping you along the way. And then, as you gain experience, people will start looking up to you, and, you will be helping others too. So look at it as a tradition, right? Like first thing that we said, when you guys are doing great, uh, that's what, that's where we are winning.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely agree. And I was gonna say it's just like, not to say I have much experience. It's like working out, right, or running a marathon, right? I know when I run down the street, right? Like last year, I got tired, right? And
Yeah.
the reason why, and we know this in our mentorship, sometimes I take the late shift, so we have two shifts, right? The early Q&A shift and the late Q&A shift is because I have to, run further and exercise more because I can run further. So same in these deals. I started with a duplex, triplex. Now 20 doesn't scare me, 40 doesn't scare me, right? Like you just keep going because when you analyze a real estate deal, sure, the number of doors are more, but it's still the same type of work. And
Mhm.
and I would
Yes.
have to say it's there's inertia, right? There's a boulder or that snowball, right? Where you have to push it a little bit and it'll start moving. And then over time, it's just going to get easier and easier, right? And I think not only will you guys get more comfortable as a team, but everyone would view as well. They'll say, oh my gosh, Team Llama, 1, 2, 3 deals. Sure, it doesn't close, but you have that, experience of getting it under contract. Eventually,
Yes.
start closing them left and right and really achieve what Miriam was talking about earlier, which is your why, right, Miriam? That's exactly what it is. And I see our program as a means to that. I mean, our accelerator was talking about the whole life cycle, like every step of the way, but we started with, the mindset piece. We go through every stage you analyze a deal in, and I think that's sort of the comfort, that practice, right? We talk about it, and I'm glad you guys were able to do it and actually put it into practice. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so much looking forward to seeing what else you guys will put under contract. So,
Yeah.
I'm guessing 20 doesn't scare you guys anymore,
Yes.
huh?
And,
You
and
just don't
see,
show it.
no, and that is what, right? Everyone is going through the stress, but now what will happen is 6 months down the line or 1 year down the, you will never be the same. The way you guys are doing, like roadblocks will come. We tell always remind people, two things when we remind and you guys. So whenever we start our Infinite Masterclass, you will see that we give you that reminder over and over again, right? We are with you in this journey. Why we do that is because you have to remember the things often, and when you remind yourself that, roadblocks will come. So this is how I talk to myself, or Jason talks, I'm sure. Roadblocks will come. This is not the last roadblock. You'll feel bad. Oh, it was under contract, we lost it, or maybe, but this remind yourself that's not the last roadblock in your real estate journey. More will come. But if you condition your minds and focus on the solution, like what Jason tells me is, we always focus on the solution, right? So you guys will never be the same 6 months, 1 year down the line. You'll have your many more success stories and lesson learns too. And that's what makes your real estate experience rich, and it gives confidence to your investors also that they've gone through the trial and error, they are pushing the right thing, they are well educated, they're part of the right community, right? So, and the way you guys are doing started, like from the branding perspective, and the way you guys are very diligently putting efforts, that honesty in your hard work reflects, right? We have no doubt, you will really do wonders in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the line, for sure.
And then I wanted to ask that. So let's do that. I just wrote it down here. Let's do a quick exercise. So Team LAMA, 1 year from now, where are you guys gonna be? 1 year. So
How many doors, guys?
Probably 300, maybe 300 to 400.
How many
Then-
doors?
What? In double?
I heard something. I heard a number. What was that? Did you say 300?
It's gonna be 300 to 400 doors. That's our target.
I will definitely come to you, I4.
Yes.
Because,
I think we need to get I4's mentorship by then. It's like, I4, how'd you get 300?
yes, exactly.
Just learn from you guys. Just
No,
like
and if
big.
that is the most, and we tell people that, when you guys succeed, like we want to be your facilitator. Like eventually, as you gain experience and you wish to do something in the real estate, anything, right? We'll be proud that, okay, we somewhere down the line touched your journey in a positive way, right? So sky is just the beginning for you guys, and Jason and I and the Infinite community is, we are the facilitators. We don't want to be bottleneck, or we don't want to see you guys as a competition, but rather we want to be your facilitators, that tomorrow when you guys will succeed or whatever you want to do, right? At least we have touched your journey in a positive way. So
Yeah.
so I think that's a great goal you have given to Team LAMA for 1 year. And
I
no matter,
want to finish that question. Sorry, because that was 1 year.
Go big.
5 years. 5 years. So 20, let's just say 29, 5 years, makes sense. 2030.
2030?
How's that, LAMA? That's
year
6 years.
2030, like how do you visualize yourself
30. 6 years.
in the year
Hopefully-
2030?
Hopefully, quit my full-time job and full-time in real estate.
Retired.
Right.
Retired and full-time real estate, I think.
So-
Doing
Awesome.
some land development, maybe.
Land development, yes.
So,
These are great goals.
so Miriam and Alicia, I heard retirement, and Aitor is like, I'll do more, even more. I'll build the apartment building. But the Aitor is but I guess my question is, and sorry, I just want to just finish this thought, right? Because we're having here is, why 6 years, guys? You think it'll take 6 years to get there?
No, I don't think so. I just love my job so much that I could still do it. I could still do it while doing real estate. So,
But doing it as not a necessity, but more of a passion, right?
passion. Yeah.
Exactly.
How about you, Miriam? Do you think you can get there faster than 6 years?
Yes. Oh, yes.
And-
So hopefully it's gonna happen soon.
Absolutely. And yeah, like if you are enjoying what you're doing, it just reduces dependence on that current thing. And it just gives you more confidence and options, right? Like if you see earlier, the mindset, was, oh, I will, continue to do this one job and 65, 70 years, and I'll continuously do that. So we were very much dependent on just one single source of income, right? We were never thinking. And now with this, if we can shrink that journey, even by shave off 5 years, I'm just saying in the worst case scenario, that still gives you 5 years ahead. Like imagine now if you achieve in 3 years, 5 years, that goal, you're shaving off whatever years are remaining, that much time you can do something which you love doing more of it, right? And that's what, we do is we keep pushing the limits, not that we want bad for you guys or, we want stress for you. But what happens is when you are having that thing in front, right? You are winning irrespectively. Like, why I say about Jason. Jason is great with, me bringing me to that uncomfortable thing. He keeps giving me some big goals
In a good way, right?
in a good way. Exactly. He keeps bringing me, yes, in a good way, right? So what happens is yes, those at the first reaction will be what? Like, oh my God, like,
Can I get your first
yeah,
reactions on?
yeah,
Some of the first reactions like, what? Really?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm like,
yeah.
why do we tell our community? Right? So
Yes, and that's what happens in real estate too. When you push, first thing is what, oh, outside my neighborhood, like, oh, outside Ontario, like, or oh, 4 6. So immediately the first thing is we
yeah.
push ourselves or we resist that. But then when you start looking at solutions, like, you guys are the best example. Like initially you were only probably looking individually or single family homes or just maybe limited, but then you started coming together and pushing your limits. And that's where, you are getting those kind of results or taking those kind of steps, right? So keep doing those for sure. Any project, what is currently you guys are working on, if you would like to share or anything, what are you working on in general or maybe specific, depending on how much comfortable you want to be.
And
Yeah.
can I just add to that quickly and just say
Yeah.
that in addition to the projects you guys are working on, if you'd like to pitch anything, because this is for our community, we're going to be, of course, sharing the highlights of this testimonial to the community and outside as well.
Yes.
If there's, and we're kind of putting them on the spot, but that's okay. I'm sure they're prepared, right?
Yeah.
Is there any deal or project that you're looking at that you'd like to share with folks, maybe connect folks about?
And few things I would say, don't say capital specifics and all those, like maybe, maybe that is one. Yeah.
Don't get the numbers, right? Just
Yeah,
talk.
don't talk the numbers, but yeah, anything in general, what is the project about?
Yeah.
Um,
And why you're excited about it.
why you are excited, what are the strengths that you see in those?
and
Anyone?
where you're at. Yeah.
Yes. So maybe I can add. So right now, Team Lama have a new project that we've been really working on. So we just had about 12 doors under contract. So it's in southwestern Ontario, and it's really give us very excited about this project because the city that we will be investing in, it's a booming city. It's there's a lot of manufacturing that's being built. So we think that this going to be a good opportunity. The population of that city is also growing. So it's a perfect opportunity for us to, start on this part of the Southern Ontario to invest. So that's one project that we're in.
And how did you guys find that deal? Like, was it through off market or was it on market? Like, how was the deal?
Yeah, this deal is off market. We found it off market with again, it's more on connection. So the more you connect, the more you attend like meetups, meet people. That's when you get things that you don't expect to see. Right? Like this one here is really for us. It's really we think that's really a good deal. And we as long as you're open, you also help other people. It's just like positive energy, positive things that will just come your way. So.
And what, of course, Nishan and Miriam, what excites you about this this new project? And
you go ahead, Miriam.
It is exciting because it's not only there's some good cash flow at the upon closing. And there's also a lot of opportunity. The growth of this community is we believe it's in the double digits, so it's exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And what are the three key things that you looked into? Of course, there is a detailed due diligence which we do definitely once you do an. But what are some of the three things in the building which appeal to you?
So,
If you would like to share.
yeah, and any attributes. I mean, Lishan, you can share.
Yeah, Lishan.
Yes, I think personally, and I think when we did see the property, it just felt good. That was one of the first things, and
Right.
I am speaking for the group, but we just felt good when we were there, and we
You,
really
you,
like just
you walked
wanted
through it?
this.
All four of you
We
walked.
just felt it. You know how when you go to a house, you're
Yeah.
buying a house, and you just see yourself
Yeah.
owning this, and that's what we all felt when we
Yeah.
went there.
Right.
And it was interesting that like we didn't talk until like after, and and we haven't even analyzed it yet, but when we saw it, we just felt good about it, and we said this is going to be our property. And it was one, the location; two, the building still looked good. We met the two commercial units, the owners, and they were obviously very accommodating. And then again, what's appealing is when we did analyze the deal that it financially was making sense too. So
Awesome.
And I was going to say that this would never have happened unless you had the connections, right? It's all about relationships to find the deal. But also, even more important, you have found each other and to actually go after it. Because imagine individually going after this. Would you guys feel comfortable if it's by yourself?
No.
No.
No way.
Scary.
Exactly.
Very
Scary.
scary.
I4.
I4 is like, no.
Right. So, going together strong and, these are the things. And, we definitely need the hard numbers and due diligence, right? That is definitely an important, but also the feel or how the things, because think of it, even when the tenants are looking for property, right? In multifamily, it's tenants are looking, or when even they need a good locality, they need a good feel, or the good vibes are there, right? Because everyone is at the end looking for a good quality neighborhood, good quality feel, right? So when you guys say you are feeling good, that's the kind of place you guys want your tenants to feel also, right? So it's a mix of the feeling that you guys are doing, plus of course the hard numbers and due diligence, because both are important and both go hand in hand. And that works well even in the capital raising side. Like, people say that okay, only numbers are important, but okay, like, if would any one of us want to work with a person who you are not getting good vibes even though the numbers are good, right? So it's a combination of both that works in the favor when you're going for capital raising or acquisitions.
I 100% agree. I was going to say, I think your entire power team that supports you feel more comfortable working with you if you are excited about the deal. To Suman,
Right.
I talk about meaningful investments. Like, why would you invest in this other than money, right? I understand money is a driving force for many folks, but for myself, every property I invest in, what's the story behind it? And why you do it, right? Like, how can you help? But at the same time, to Suman's comment around capital raising, I'm finding the easier deals, and Suman know what I'm talking about, are the ones that you are very passionate or excited about. Like, we are started off on an international deal in another country recently where it's all around wellness, peacefulness.
Yes.
Even our name is very tranquil, right? And we found capital raising that 10 times easier than investing in, let's say, a portfolio deal of multifamily that
Right.
had no meaning. We're not that excited about it, right?
Right.
But we're aiming at the same pool of investors. So I think you guys, that passion, right, that excitement, really will bring in the investors, and all the power team members that are actually going to make your deal successful. So it's exciting.
Right. Because,
yeah.
sorry, go on, Jason.
Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I had another thought, but you finish first.
Yeah. But yeah, mainly people are looking about your energy or, your commitment towards the industry, what value you're adding, and then also the deal comes into picture. So many people they miss out on that thing. What they do is they never build relation, they're not adding value, and then immediately they think, oh, this is a great deal. But if people are not connected with you, like, it becomes tough, right? Imagine they are being pitched so many deals with more or less equal returns, right? So what is the differentiating factor for them? People always come to Jason and I, oh, capital raising, we are not getting that. But the question that we ask them, okay, how much is your contribution to the industry, to the community? What efforts you're putting? Like, you guys are not only investing in yourself, you're also going to these networking events, talking to people, right? So people start knowing you. And I also see your social media posts and everything, which are really well written, and it is very appealing, so I get an excitement.
That's high praise coming from social media gurus.
Yeah, guru.
Wouldn't take that acclamation, but yes, like, I just love the social media, and I think in last 2 years it has helped me. So I'm just a student for sure, but yeah, like, when I see the post that you guys put, it's so well written. So it
and the
reflects.
graphics and the graphics iPhone.
And the graphics of i4, yes, definitely.
Thank you.
That helps. When we were reviewing your deal, the current one which is under contract,
Oof.
we were amazed the way you guys have taken the time to present that deal. Like, when the investors are looking, uh, it they are analyzing multiple things, right? And you never know which investor's criteria is what, right? So always put your best foot forward. Just like iPhone, or the design, right? They put in not only a great product, but also a great packaging, or they put a lot of effort on the designing aspect. So that's how I see you guys, as Apple company of real estate investing.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, every great joint venture partnership I'm a part of has a mantra, has a theme, but maybe someone can explain the logo you guys have, the squares. I think you were telling us the other day. See, so everyone on this video can see the squares. So can someone explain that?
Maybe I4, you are into designing, so why don't you?
I4, right? I4, you designed it, right? Or
Yes, I designed it.
So what
Yeah,
was
this
your
one
thought
here-
process and everything? And
tell us how you designed the logo and how, what does it mean?
Yeah, I just wanna include because we're doing real estate, so I wanna show the house in the background.
Yeah.
And the LAMA is, of course, our names, our first letter of our 4 names.
Did you come up with that as well?
I think I told
I told you.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
nice. That was a good one.
Oh, amazing. I thought it was the animal. I was so wrong. I told some.
Yes, and then we added the 4 dots here that represent our 4 team here. So we're strong. We're 4 of us are working together. So it's just like a family, right?
Amazing.
Awesome.
This,
Great thought
job.
process.
Can
And
I ask?
Jason, go ahead.
There seems to be spaces on the side. So does that mean if
We can add more.
You can add more.
Yes,
There's
Three more.
room for.
Sky's the limit.
so,
exactly.
but your name has to start with L, A, or M, right? Like you want to point, right?
Exactly.
We
And-
forgot to share that there was LAMA, but it made more sense to find a symbol for it. So then we associated it with a llama, which is known to be a hardworking animal.
Oh,
And
Awesome.
and it just so happened that we're all hardworking. And so, yes, this is our.
Llamas are definitely hardworking, carrying everything all the time, right? Geez, they do all the work, right? So
Yeah. The way you guys are putting effort is tremendous. And anything, like, even if they want to reach out, like before, like Jason, anything else you have from your side? Yeah.
One last question, because
Yeah.
I had a bunch of questions here, but you guys, it's been exciting. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
taking the time, folks. Where are you guys looking next? Whether it be a type of multifamily, a region, a market, a new deal flow? Like, where are you guys looking next?
Which
Yes, I think,
province?
yeah.
Anything.
Mhm.
Anything.
Yeah,
Could
I-
be a type of like a type of asset, like multifamily. Could be a region, anything. Where are you guys looking next?
Yeah, we've always been our next province that we'd like to invest in is Alberta, so specifically in Edmonton. So I think Edmonton is one of the
Ooh.
We're gonna
last
follow you
up
guys.
here.
So part of our Infin8 community, of course, is
Uh-huh.
let's say trips, boots on the ground. We are going to get
Right.
it. I want to
Mhm.
congratulate Suman for getting his citizenship, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's in progress. Yeah, but yes, it's going to happen soon
And as soon
for
as he
sure.
gets done, we're going to take
Mhm.
a schedule real estate investment trips. And as you guys know, I've already done it from Edmonton out. Love to bring you
Mhm.
guys on board as well. So
That's great.
Sounds good.
That will be amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
Jason,
be
I
great.
think one thing I need to tell that we had one master class, right? Like, how do you design your life? Because real estate is not just buying buildings on its own, like we're not that, like, but how do you design your life? How do you connect what Miriam told about your
yeah,
why statement, right? uh, to the world of real estate. That's what we focus on. And
right,
one few things I learned from that masterclass from Jason was that these things can go together. Like it's not one or the other that you need to choose from. So I think Jason does things very well. Like he spends time with his family, putting his time on his health, and also aligning how do we create business cases using REI trips so that everything goes well in hand. So that's what at Infinite Community we strive for. It's not just about buying building, but how do you design your life using the power of what real estate industry or investing has to offer you.
right. And want to thank everyone for guessing. I think Miriam has some interesting guesses too, where I'm going to travel this year. But I was going to say absolutely, because why are we doing this, right?
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
How does it support that? And I think you guys are living it. You guys are getting there. I'm so excited for you guys to see where you guys are going, and we want to thank you for being a part of our community and continue to be a part of it because I think I'd love to see how far you guys can go. The sky's the limit, or not even the sky, no limit. Right? So
No
Yes.
limit.
Infinite.
Can I say
Thank
something
you.
though?
go ahead.
I want to thank you both because I think you've given us the opportunity to not only introduce ourselves and the branding that we have, but I think we've said this so many times in our posts, and we always say it to you guys that our journey started way before, but it had its own time. I think there's a lot of people along our journey that have influenced us a lot and inspired us. But more recently, your example and getting to know you actually during the mentorship program has really inspired us to not copy you, but be inspired by what you do. If Suman and Jason could do this, what can we do so that we can be like that? And I think
Absolutely.
I hope you take that as a compliment because that is really something that we hold dear and we're grateful for and we're forever be grateful for.
No, thank you. I think that's
Absolutely.
thank
Yeah,
you.
because when I've been seeing your posts prior to even meeting you, I've already been Suman and Jason. I was like, who are these guys? I'm like, I was so blown away by everything that posting. And then when I get to meet you, I was like so excited. They're like,
Right.
oh my God, so that's you.
No, that's how I felt when I met Suman the first time. It's like, oh my, it's a Bollywood star. Wow,
Yes.
I meet him first time. But yeah, thank you.
And I think, yeah, that's where I think we all should just focus on just being ourselves. Like people feel, oh, I need to be something special or I need to fake or no, like people will connect the right people. Like you just be the way you want to attract that kind of people will automatically come. Like I'm frankly not worried because I know the way I'm doing, the right people will start coming, and the people who don't align with that, mindset, or they have some different other goals, they'll automatically, be moved out, right? So that's what I felt, we were just catalyst in your journey, while we feel
Mm.
so thankful that, you guys feel this way about us and the Infinite community. I would say we were just catalyst, probably we just showed you what to look for, and we just share from our learnings and real deals and the case study, because, that's where the real learning lies, right? And then, giving you that
Mhm.
confidence so that you guys can execute on your own, right? Because you can learn everything. Like people say, oh, YouTube, books, fine, those are good overview, but you can't learn everything from there. And even if your unique situation, right, you need accessibility to people. And what when Jason and I, we make mistake, we have made tons of mistake and we'll continue to do so, right? Our only goal is this mistake, we should not do it in the future deals of ours. And at the same time, none of the Infinite community, if we can save them from doing that, that is our achievement.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that, we're going to have an upcoming in-person event soon is,
Yes,
the theme is hope. A lot of
right.
folks lose that when they are looking at deals on their own. We feel that, of course, mindset is key, but, if we were to focus on our recent successes, it's been bringing things back to life, focusing on giving people hope that there is always a path forward. And that's why we always talk about problem solving.
Mhm.
And I think you guys are really showing and demonstrating that anything is
Mhm.
possible. So thank you for the feedback, Lishan. Thank you for all of
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah. Thanks,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lishan,
Thank
Miriam.
you.
You guys,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
really make us proud, and the kind words that you have shared. I know these are coming
Mhm.
from great, like from your heart. Like we can sense it,
Mhm.
and I'm sure you can sense our efforts as well, right? So,
Right.
and if people want to reach out to you guys, like what will be the best way, just to get to know you guys, what you are doing, or what are your next, vision projects, how they can reach out to you guys.
Yeah, they
Uh,
can reach us from through Instagram and Facebook, and we can also share our LAMA emails. We will be attending a lot of uh, meetups,
Meetups.
so we will see
awesome.
you guys there, and we will be happy to share our journey. And we are also be
Mhm.
willing to also help new or beginners for real estate, because we want to
Nice.
also give back and share what we've learned from you
Mhm.
guys.
Awesome. Awesome. And what
Right.
is your Instagram and Facebook? Like if they search Llama Investment, will they find you?
That's in the works.
Yeah. So we
Oh,
will
okay.
post the handles for
Yeah.
the social media.
Yes, we'll be
Yeah.
posting it for as well. But great work, guys, on the branding side, putting efforts, following through the systems, and taking the steps forward and learning from them. So really congratulations, Team Llama, and wishing you guys all the best.
Just one thing
Thank
I want
you.
to ask, a favor. When you get to those, what was that I for 300 doors, right? You must come back on this show. This is our
Yes.
first initial kick. We're going to launch a podcast. Promise on
Yeah.
camera today that you guys will be back. Yes? To talk
Yes,
about
We will.
100%.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will.
have it on
I-
camera, it's recorded. So when they
yes.
become famous with the 300 doors in 1 year, oh my God. So, but anyways,
And don't forget us. That's the second
yeah, don't
request.
forget
Don't
us.
forget us.
Don't, you'll be like so famous that be like, oh man, Suman, remember? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Great.
And don't forget us when your mentorship goes live.
Mhm.
Uh,
You guys,
definitely, we will, we all are growing,
We're the first
together.
JV. We're the first JV
that's
You
true.
in
They're the first,
Infinite.
you will never forget.
first, first JV, and
Mhm.
even you guys will learn the apartment acquisitions through different advanced structures too.
Yes.
So yeah, like we are really excited about your journey for sure.
Mhm.
So we'll definitely welcome you back in maybe a couple of months to a year to talk more about your journey where you are, and excited to see what's next. And maybe by the time Suman you come back, their logo will not become a house like this,
Yes,
apartment building like
it
this.
will different apartment buildings exactly.
That's not good enough. And Ifer goes, okay, I'll make one building, do this.
Yeah.
He's already trying to think about it now.
I knew it.
Wow,
And
How can I put more doors in this logo? Right? So
exactly. So
Mhm.
that's amazing, guys. Thanks
yeah,
for coming. to the show, Infin8 show, and all the best with your journey.
Thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you
inviting
so
us.
Great
much.
night.
Thank you for
Sweater.
inviting us.
We want those sweaters, so make one for
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Give us your sizes.
Oh, yes, sizes.